10,000 years ago, in the Fertile Crescent, the dawn of the agricultural revolution introduced a new way of life. By domesticating sheep and goats, early farmers unlocked a steady supply of fresh milk, a nutrient-dense resource rich in essential fats and proteins. However, they faced a geographical obstacle. In the warm climate of the Neolithic era, fresh milk began to sour and spoil within hours. There was also a biological barrier. Raw milk is high in lactose, a sugar that was difficult to process for many ancient stomachs, often causing illness rather than providing nourishment. These early communities were surrounded by a vast source of energy they could neither safely digest nor reliably store. This problem was solved by a natural chemical reaction. When milk is left in warm conditions, it begins a process of separation. Lactic acids cause the proteins to coagulate, binding together into soft, solid clumps. Farmers discovered that by draining away the remaining liquid, or whey, they were left with yellowish globs called curds. These curds retained the milk's vital nutrients, but because the whey carried away most of the lactose, the resulting food was suddenly digestible and safe to eat. This discovery allowed Neolithic people to transform a perishable liquid into a stable food source that could be stockpiled for long winters and times of famine. By the Bronze Age, cheese had evolved into a standard commodity, moving through the maritime trade routes of the Eastern Mediterranean. In the city-states of Mesopotamia, cheese became so integrated into the economy that it appears in some of our earliest writing, which lists cheese quotas for rituals and different populations. Around this time, a new tool emerged from civilizations in Turkey, the use of rennet. Rennet is an enzyme harvested from the stomachs of mammals that rapidly binds the proteins in milk. This acceleration allowed farmers to create much harder, more durable cheeses that could withstand the rigors of long-distance travel. Mastering this chemical process turned a soft, local food into an indestructible trade powerhouse that linked distant civilizations. As the knowledge spread, different cultures adapted the core process to suit their specific climates. Nomadic Mongolians used yak's milk to create hard, sun-dried wedges of biaslog, designed to stay edible during long migrations. In the heat of South Asia, milk was coagulated with food acids like lemon juice or vinegar to create paneer, a cheese that remained stable even in high temperatures. The Roman Empire standardized dry cheese as a primary ration for the 500,000 soldiers stationed along its vast borders. Across vastly different environments, every major empire utilized these same biological principles to convert milk into a strategic resource. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the focus of cheese innovation shifted to the manors and monasteries of the European countryside. Benedictine monks became the world's first dedicated food scientists, conducting endless experiments with aging processes and different types of milk. These monastic laboratories refined the techniques that produced many of today's iconic varieties, including Roquefort, Parmesan, and several Swiss types. By the 14th century, Alpine cheese was so profitable that a neighboring state invaded the Gruyere highlands of Switzerland specifically to control the trade. During this era, cheese was transformed from a tool of survival into a highly lucrative and perfected craft. The Industrial Revolution eventually moved production out of the monasteries and into mechanized factories. Today, the global industry produces roughly 22 billion kilograms of cheese every year, reflecting the massive scale of modern dairy consumption. Despite this industrialization, many local farms still use the same manual techniques developed by their Neolithic ancestors 10,000 years ago. This food remains a direct connection to our earliest ancestors, a 10,000-year-old solution to hunger that allowed humans to settle, trade, and survive.